Hello students. Students, welcome you all in English class. And today we are starting 7th chapter, The Last Leaf, written by O. Henry. Students, in this chapter, the writer wants to tell that sometimes the noblest deeds result in the saving of a precious life. Yes, here the noblest deed is done by a painter Behrman. He paints a leaf on the wall and saves the life of a girl. Even for painting this leaf, he sacrifices his own life but saves the precious life of a girl. And how he saves the life of a girl, we will read in the story in detail. So now let's start. Sue and Johnsy, two young artists, shared a small flat. The flat was on the third story of an old house. Story means third floor. Here the writer is saying that there were two girls, two young artists. Their name were Sue and Johnsy, and they were living in the same flat, and they were living on the third floor of an old house. Johnsy fell very seriously ill in November. She had pneumonia. And once Johnsy fell ill in the month of November and she was suffering from pneumonia. She would lie in her bed without moving, just gazing out of the window. Because of pneumonia, she was not able to move, so every time she would lie in her bed and she would keep on watching, keep on looking out of the window. Gazing means looking. She kept on looking out of the window. Sue, her friend, became very worried. Because of this condition of Johnsy, Sue became very much worried. She became very much upset. She sent for the doctor. Although he came every day, there was no change in Jonesy's condition. So she called a doctor. Every day she called the doctor to treat Johnsy. Although he came every day, but there were no changes in her health. There was no improvement in the health of Johnsy. One day, the doctor took Sue aside and asked her, "Is anything worrying Johnsy?" "No," replied Sue, "but why do you ask?" But one day, when doctor found that she is not recovering, so he took Sue aside and asked her if anything was worrying Johnsy. But Sue said there is nothing about it. And also she asked why he was asking about it. Why he was asking so. The doctor said Johnsy, it seems, has made up her mind that she is not going to get well. If she doesn't want to live, medicines will not help her. Then doctor replied that Johnsy has made up her mind that she would never recover, she would never get well, and also if she did not want to live, then medicines would not help her. Even the medicines would not help her if she doesn't want to live, if she didn't want to live. She tried her best to make Johnsy take an interest in things around her. She talked about clothes and fashions, but Johnsy did not respond. So, Sue tried her best to change her mind. She talked about clothes and fashions, but Johnsy did not respond. Johnsy continued to lie still on her bed. Sue brought her drawing board into Johnsy's room and started painting. To take Johnsy's mind off her illness, she whistled while working. So, to change her mind, she brought a drawing board also in Johnsy's room and started one painting. As she wanted that Jonesy's mind would off her illness, she started whistling also while doing the work. While painting, she kept on blowing the whistles also so that Johnsy would take her mind off her illness. Suddenly, Sue heard Johnsy whisper something. She quickly rushed to the bed and heard Johnsy counting backwards. She was looking out of the window and was saying 12. After some time, she whispered 11, then 10, then 9, 8, 7. Sue anxiously looked out of the window. She saw an old ivy creeper climbing halfway up the brick wall opposite their window. In the strong wind outside, the creeper was shedding its leaves. But suddenly, she heard that Johnsy was whispering something, and then she quickly went to the bed and heard Johnsy counting backwards. She was counting 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. And then she looked out of the window and she saw that there was an old ivy creeper that was climbing halfway up the brick wall opposite their window, and the creeper was shedding its leaves. And she saw that there was an old ivy creeper and the creeper was shedding its leaves. When she heard Johnsy whispering something, she went to her. She rushed to her and she found that Johnsy was counting backwards. She was counting 12. She counted 12 to 7, and then she looked out of the window. Then she saw that there was an old ivy creeper and the creeper was shedding its leaves as the strong wind was blowing outside. What is it, dear? Sue asked. 6, whispered Johnsy. They are falling faster now. 3 days ago, there were almost 100 leaves. There are only 5 left now. Then Johnsy whispered 6. And then she said they are falling very much faster now. And 3 days before, there were almost 100 leaves on the ivy creeper, and there are only 5 left now. When Sue asked her what she is doing now, what she was counting, why she had counted 12 to 7, and then she counted 6. And when she counted 6, then she said that the leaves outside the window are falling very quickly. 3 days before, there were almost 100 leaves, and now there are only 5. It is autumn, said Sue, and the leaves will fall. And Sue said that the reason behind it is the autumn season, and in autumn season the leaves fall. When the last leaf falls, I will die, said Johnsy with finality. I have known this for the last 3 days. But Johnsy had made up the mind that when the last leaf will fall from the ivy creeper, then she would die. And she said that she had known that for the last 3 days. Oh, that's nonsense, replied Sue. What have old ivy leaves to do with your getting well? The doctor is confident that you will get better. But Sue replied that it was of her nonsense, and she had made up her mind very wrongly. It will never happen. As the ivy leaves are shedding the leaves, the ivy creeper is shedding the leaves because it's the autumn season, and doctor was also very much confident that very soon she would recover. Johnsy did not say anything. Sue went and brought her a bowl of soup. I don't want any soup, said Johnsy. I am not hungry. Now there are only 4 leaves left. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I will sleep forever. Then Sue brought a bowl of soup for her, but Johnsy said that she didn't want any soup as she was not feeling hungry. And then she said that there were only 4 leaves left on the ivy creeper. And also she said that she wanted to see the last one fall before it gets dark, and then she would sleep forever. She was sure that when the last leaf will fall, she will also die. Sue sat on Johnsy's bed, kissed her, and said, You are not going to die. I can't draw the curtain, for I need the light. I want to finish the painting and get some money for us. But then Sue said that you are not going to die. She would never die. And also she said that she will not draw the curtains because she needed the light as she was painting. She was doing the painting. And also she said that she wanted to finish the painting so that she would earn some money for both of them. Please, my dear friend, she begged Johnsy, promise not to look out of the window while I paint. And then she requested Johnsy not to look out of the window as she was painting, so she would not look out of the window and she would not think about the last leaf. All right, said Johnsy. Finish your painting soon, for I want to see the last leaf fall. I am tired of waiting. I have to die, so let me go away peacefully like one of those poor tired leaves. But then Jonesy said that I would not see out of the window, but you just complete your painting because I want to see the last leaf, how when it would fall. And as she was tired of waiting the last leaf, and also she was very much sure that when last leaf will fall, then she would die, and she wanted to die peacefully. Try to sleep, said Sue. I have to paint an old miner. I will call Behrman up to be my model. Then Sue told her to try to sleep, and then she said that she was going to paint an old miner, and also she said she would call upon Behrman to be her model. She rushed down. Behrman lived on the ground floor. And then she climbed downstairs, and Behrman lived on the ground floor, as they were living on the third floor and Behrman lived on the ground floor. And then she went to the Behrman, who was a painter. Okay students, I think this is enough for the day. The remaining part of the chapter we will do in the next class. Till then, goodbye and have a nice day.